Hey, welcome back to another video in this series. The last video that we went over was just configuring the SCCM configuration. I don't think I've ever mentioned, just for a brief tidbit here. I don't think I ever mentioned that SCCM is a system configuration console management. And this video, I'm going to do some integrating network and security components. So first, we're going to install Snort for our first exercise. Now, while we're doing this, Snort is a portable intrusion detection system, or IDS, for Windows and Linux for the OS. So this tool is capable of capturing like real-time network traffic analysis and packet logging, TCP/IP network, similar to Wireshark, right? So that I used in other videos as well. So to get started, let's go ahead and install. So I'm going to open up Internet Explorer here, and of course, naturally for my lab, they were nice enough to give us some tools. All right, so let's download the Snort. There we go. How you doing, buddy? Okay. No, you're supposed to. Okay. Save. I guess. No, we won't. And we want to run it. Of course. Perfect. So let's actually bring this down. I agree, of course. Next, that is good. That's good. We want to close that. So now we're just going to download the Snort rules. So I'm actually going to have to bring this back up. And let me maximize that like in the whole screen. So let's actually go back to our tools. And I did this before in another video as well, as far as downloading Snort and then the Snort rules, things of that nature, right? I think it should be the blacklist rules. Yeah. Okay, of course, we want to save. All right, no, that's fine. Actually, you know what? Open it up here. Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. All right, you can just exit out of here. So we have them both saved, so we're good to go. So now this allows us to just test Snort, right? So now it could be tested for the configuration, right? So it's just going to run and test the configuration at the rule items, right? So let's actually close this out and let's do this here. And then, of course, we're going to run a few commands for CLI. Snort, then, all right, perfect. So now to end, do some figuring here. Perfect. So now the Snort switches also, by the way, the Snort switches the case, the W that I just entered for that command is case sensitive, just this tidbit as well. So the result of this command is just displays the network interface, right, as indicated by our index column. You'll see if I were to scroll up, but I just like to move forward with the lab while I'm doing it. So now we're going to use the network interface that I just commanded to listen to all traffic on the network. So I got to actually put another command to let it know, hey, this is what I want you to listen to. Can you do that for me? And of course, it takes place. And also, that's case sensitive as well. So I have to use the uppercase V and not the lowercase v, so it won't run continuously. And I also get to see the network interface details as well. So, but to use it, to like continuously run until you tell it to stop, you will use the lowercase v. So it's going to listen to the traffic on the network interface, at least the number one network interface, and it's going to continue to run, right, until I break it with the control C command. So there's a long list, right, that's displayed full of different protocols and packet details. All right, so now I'm just going to capture the packet payload, right, and for that I'm just going to do that here. And all of this is lowercase, by the way. I get a certain output, right? So it's just going to continue to run, continue listening to the interface, right? So just wanted to run just for a little bit, and it's not going to change too much because we're on a lab. So nonetheless, again, practice. Practice. Now that I stop the listening, you can see the protocol, the packet details, right? Now I'm just going to run it in the intrusion detection mode, detection system of the IDS. So then I just gotta tell it to where the snort can be found, right? For it to run to do what I'm asking, which is the path that I'm giving it. So here, uppercase, right? Perfect. Okay. I didn't do that. But so I'm going to have to resolve this error so I can make sure I can run it in IDS mode. I shouldn't be getting that. So we're gonna do a few things. We're gonna create a folder first, and then the rules file in the snort folder. So let's actually open this up. Let's see here, here. All right, what are we doing here? Let's see. No, not that. Not it either. You know what? I know what I'll do. This is fine. This is fine. That's all right. Oh, I didn't get what I didn't see what I'm looking for, but I'm going to create what I thought I was looking for. But so that's all right. You just make do, right? So let's do that here. All right, so let's actually take a look at the view. We're going to hide the extension file, right? All right, so now I'm just going to create some text documents. Right? Uh, I believe I did something similar in another video. And it's going to give me a message in a second. Yep, unusable. All right, perfect. So actually, let me make a copy of this. Right, and then paste it, but I'm going to actually read. There we go. Perfecto. So I have both the files under the .rules extension, right? So they're created, but of course they're empty. So what we're going to do is actually go to another folder, Snort. Then we're going to create a folder here. Darn it, didn't they tell me? Let's see. Do one of them all caps. Okay. Actually, let me. I want All right, perfect. All right, so I'm actually, let's see. So that's actually, so we're just going to configure and retest Snort, right? So it's just going to consist of modifying the configuration files that they're restarting Snort to confirm that it's working. So let's start with modifying the configuration file, right? So now, let's see. Exit out of there. Let's see, there we go. Let's open this here. There we go. Perfect. So now I'm just going to, let's see, search and replace. Oh yeah, I did do a video on this. I forgot. I did. It was kind of a pain, but I did. I forgot. It was fun. It was fun, definitely. Let's see. Actually, I should have found them first, but nonetheless, all 11 occurrences took place. So that just means, if I didn't explain it in the other video, this just means that anything that was recognized as IPVAR, it was replaced with just VAR. Every single occurrence, and it'll tell us right here in the bottom left how many occurrences took place and exactly what happened when I replaced everything. So actually, I'm just going to close this out since that's been taken care of. So let's see. Yeah, I think I did exactly the same thing. But nonetheless, practice is good. If I can spell, let's actually find wrap around. That's fine. Mode. Um, yeah, I'm doing that. All right, perfect. So we're good there. So now that I find the keyword, you'll see here, right, that it's a highlighted section, right? So now that I've located, I'm just going to change the path located beside the directory, right? So let's see when it does that. All right, so I'm just going to change it on my own. I'm going to put us on the other side of. All right, so you didn't have to see my long process of, of writing all of that. Just wanted to make the video more efficient, more quicker, so we can move forward. Uh, so you don't have to keep waiting for me to finish. So 250 actually to do the same thing. So I'm going to change 250 and 253 because the ultimate reason why we're doing this, we want to make sure we configure the proper path to Snort to be able to make sure that we can configure it and make sure that it's running properly to do what we need to do for the IDS mode. All right, so I successfully changed 250 and 253. All right, so now I'm just going to look for keywords again. If I can find here. Now what we're going to find is preprocessor normalize. Right, find it. How many occurrences? Is there only one? Like it should be about 5. Okay, about 5. So we're still going to replace it. Let's see. But what we're going to replace it with is literally just adding a hashtag. All right. So that is that. For some reason, the practice lab doesn't like when I try to use symbols. But nonetheless, that's what I'll do. Perfecto. We've replaced them all, but we can see them all here. So we are officially good to go. All 5 occurrences were replaced. So I can actually close this out. So now what this does is it's now appended to the pre-processed and normalized keywords, right? So just going to do a find one more time. So let's do find, right? And let's see, it looks like it's absolute there. Okay, so let's change these rules to um, here. That's better. What is it doing? All right, so The same for this one. There it is. All right. Just double checking if everything looks good. But one little thing will throw everything off. All right, perfect. So let's see, take a look here again. Let's find, right, let's again. All right, perfect. So let's actually change this to um, then of course we're going to do the same thing for the black one too. Okay, that should work. All right, let's double check once more. Proper. All right, perfect. So we're going to do another search also. We want to be as thorough as possible. Right? So I should just do that there. The rules that we created earlier. All right, so now that we see that, we can actually change this entire thing to, let's see, all we really need. Mm, mm, yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, we can close this again. All right, perfect. Now, since I don't have any rules or files available for other rules, I'll actually need to comment on the remaining rules, like with other, and you'll see it in a second, but I'll be able to comment on them by adding the hashtag symbol, which is what you saw me do earlier during this portion of the exercise. Otherwise, I'll get an error, right, on each line where Snort finds the missing rules file. So, actually going to, let's see, to replace. So anything that says include, which would be here, will here. Then we're going to replace it with um, actually the same thing, but with the hash, like I did with free process. There. Perfect. And again, this is the purpose of doing this is to make sure that they're comments and not actual rules, so they're placed them properly. So all 105 of these have as have hashtags 105 were all now have hashtags added to them. All right, so we can actually close this out, and I'm actually going to minimize this as well. So now I'm going to rerun this Snort IDS tool, right? So now after configuring the Snort configuration, an earlier task, I'm just going to try rerunning it. So let's actually do this here. The actually do a new one. Do a new one. No, let's tell it where it is. Right. No, no. That's why I keep looking up so I can see what I'm doing because that we have not installed. Right. So sure everything properly done with the uppercase and lowercase configuration. Hmm, okay. Now I should have gotten a successful result, but since I did not, that means there's an issue that's here as far as the configuration that I have for it to run properly. So let me try it one more time, then I'll take a look through it. Let's see, running in test mode, initializing, parsing rule files, define. It's going to tell you where it went wrong. Detection, search method table, error, could not a, so this means line 247 has an issue. Could not stat dynamic module paths, preprocessor, no such file or directory. All right, perfect. So I'm going to actually fix it. And again, I don't want to make the video too long, so I'll place the video on the other side of me fixing it, and I'll explain a bit into how I did it. All right. So I was able to finally get a successful result. I had to make a few changes to the rule lines here. I had to added the hashtag to these two lines, and also made what I ultimately, what my line of thinking was, all right, there's an issue with the path, right, and at least in the rules for Notepad plus plus. All right, so what is the issue, right? All right, now the good thing is the CLI told me exactly what line to look for, and then I just pretty much just had to, by process of elimination, what was the issue? So I just added the hashtag, and then I was able to get a successful result to rerun it. So now I'm going to get Snort up and running with another command here. Let's see, etc. Uh, this is the command that we tried to run earlier. That's we found out that we had an issue for us to do pretty much do some configuring to make sure everything is running properly. So now that that's up and running, as far as the packet processing, I'm just going to close it out and I'm going to close all of this out actually. So now we're able to take a look into configuring the IP table. So we want to understand that Kali is a multifaceted OS, right? So it's mainly focused on security and penetration testing. So it combines a wide range of tools, right? So like report counts back to the past, of course, which I mentioned in another video. So like forensic tools, which can be used to pull deleted data off of hard drives, which is again another video that I've done. So what we're going to do first, we're going to make sure that we're connected to Win10 and Kali, so we can take a look at being able to configure these IP tables. All right, perfect. So now we're just going to install Putty into Kali Linux here. So let's take a look at useful. All right, perfect. So all right, it's just an update process for the repository listings. And then after the update is completed, then I'll be able to install Putty. All right, so now let's update Putty. Well, let's install Putty rather. All right. Of course. Uh, headers. All right, so it looks like it's pretty much finished up. Let's go ahead and swivel over to 801. So let's do this here. Perfect. So just kind of wait. There it is. All right. So let's go to Telnet. It should be server. Server and client. Perfect. So just doing an install. All right. So the install is completed. All right. So let's go ahead and do another one here. Perfect. All right. So let's look for Telnet. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Right. We want it to be automatic, of course. Then perfect. So now we can see that the status has changed to automatic, and it should actually double check here. It should be one. All right, so we can actually close this out now that we got that up and running. So let's hit the control panel. Uh, perfect, perfect. Let's see. So, all right, so everything is red. So, well, because I need to test it bi-directional traffic through the telnet and the secure shell connections, and therefore I have to turn off the firewall. So the traffic will later be blocked by IPtables, as I mentioned before. So now I'm just going to test the bi-directional traffic through the telnet and secure shell connections, as I mentioned. So to check this, let me actually connect here. So let's open this up. I want this out here. Right. All right, perfect. So we're good. So successful authentication. So we're good to go. I'm actually going to post this. Okay, let's go back to Cali. All right, so I'm actually going to open up a new terminal. All right, perfect. So let's this up here and hmm, oh, hmm, hmm, hmm. Okay. So I'm actually going to just leave that open because I should get another type of response here. Hmm. All right, let's fix this. All right. right, perfect. So I got it up and running, and I always like to make sure uh, I walk through I give the process, even though it wasn't recorded, walk through the process of how I got back on track. So apparently I was impatient with installing Putty on Kali Linux. So I definitely went back to make sure it was installed, as you can see here on the window. So then now I was able to do the command to open up the Putty configuration. All right, perfect. So now that we got everything, for the most part, back on track, we can actually do a few things. So let's go to the IP we just used. All right, and then we could do, let's see, open this. Okay, if I could just close out, see what happens. Okay, Telnet, yeah, SSH. That's probably what it is, really. The lab itself. So 0.5. Let's open it up. Connection review. All right, let's see what's going on here. Let's see here. Okay. Um, see. Just try that again. Perfect. Okay, so let's go back here. Open her up. H. Actually, there it is. That's weird. All right, perfect. So let's log in. Let me go down. All right, perfect. So the fact that the login screen did appear means that the Telnet was working on both devices here in 801. So we actually have a secure shell connection in Kali, and a Telnet connection is actually leaving Kali. So these are ports that we can now configure in IPtables. So what we're going to do is just going to close these out, and I'm just going to start configuring the IPtables to block the Telnet. So I'm going to stop the Telnet connection from leaving Kali and connect it to external devices, and also stopping the secure shell connected to Kali and external sources as well. So let's actually reopen this here. So let's take a look at my IPtables. Presence control. That's the port. 1, 2, 3 deck block. All right, perfect. So now I can actually do this here. All right, perfect. Now I'm going to review the IP table firewall configuration. So let's see. Unreachable. Okay, move that. Same forward. Zero packet. All right, perfect. So now we're going to test the Telnet connection with Zenmap. So Zenmap is actually a very useful tool for checking configurations specifically for a firewall. Review the contents of what will pass through. So what we're going to do is see. There we go. So it's a very important concept to always ensure a test of the system that has taken place, right? So the configuration tells the expected outcome. So we're actually going to be implementing only a basic check with Zenmap here, which also offers an opportunity to view what the port scanner will see once the port is configured. So let's see the target. Let's see, yes, and scan. So we're good there. All right, starting. And also I want to point out that port 22 and port 23 from the prior commands, they have been filtered. But now, let's see, we have everything loading up for us. So actually, while I was doing that, I'll let that continue scanning, and I'll just start configuring IPtables to drop the secure shell connection. So let's actually, I'll just open up another terminal here. That's running. All right, perfect. So let's do, actually, let's do that. No, it doesn't have what I just did. Great. Let's do it the long and hard way. All right, perfect. So now I'm just applying rules to drop the secure shell connections to the device and once more test and validate that this is going to take place on the system. So this is done using the Zenmap scan that we're doing and also manually testing the connection, right, which is what we're also doing as well. So now, actually, I really want to do it there. Actually, okay. Okay, I'll just continue on this one. I prefer to stay on one, but I'll be able to. All right, perfect. Port unreachable. All right, so now let me actually open this back up. Maximize this here. So now I'm actually going to restart the scan against the IP address. All right. Here, let's scan again. All right. So far it looks pretty much the same as the last one. So just to confirm this, let me go back here. And actually here. Putty. All right. The page. So it should time out. So the connection should be dropped by the Kali IPtables to refuse the connection. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. So we're good there. Now, we've reached the end of the video, unfortunately. That was fun as far as integrating network and security concepts. So just for a brief recap as far as what we went over: installing Snort, testing it out, configuring or retesting Snort in IDS mode, configuring IPtables as well. So we also configured the Telnet services for Windows OS. That's a bi-directional traffic through Telnet and secure cell connections. Again, this video was pretty fun. I definitely enjoyed it. Next video, we're going to be doing some installing and configuring network load balancing. That should be even more fun. But everyone out there is still watching. Stay curious, stay secure. I'll see you on the next video.